Hi, my name is Ashraf. So today I will talk about chapter 4 and subtopic 4.2, what specific principles for conduct can be used to guide ethical decisions. So this slide will show you about the basic concept of ethical decisions, which is responsibility. Accepting the potential costs, duties, and obligations of one's decision, accountability. Second, accountability. A feature of systems and social institutions, accountability means that mechanisms are in place to determine who took responsible action and who is responsible for an action. Then, liability refers to the existence of laws that permit individuals to recover the damage done to them by other actors, systems, or organizations. And finally, due process requires that laws are known and understood by all, and all the individuals can appeal to higher authorities to ensure laws were properly applied. There are 5 steps to help analyze ethical issues. One is identifying the facts. We find out who did what to whom and where, when and how. Second, defining the conflict or dilemma and identifying the values involved. Typically, an ethical issue involves a dilemma, two diametrically opposed courses of action that support worthwhile values. For example, the chapter opening case study illustrates two competing values: the need to make organizations more efficient and cost-effective, and the need to respect individual privacy. Third, identifying the stakeholders. Find out the identity of these groups and what they want. This will be useful later when designing a solution. Number 4 is identifying options that can be taken. So you may find that none of the options satisfy all the interests involved, but that some options do a better job than others. Sometimes arriving at a good or ethical solution may not always be a balancing of consequence to stakeholders. And finally, number 5, identifying potential consequences of actions. Some options may be ethically correct but disastrous from other points of view. Other options may work in one instance but not in similar instance. Always ask yourself, what if I choose this option consistently over time? And then we have 6 traditional principles that can be used to help forming an ethical decision. Number 1 is the golden rule: do unto others as you would have them do unto you. Second, Immanuel Kant's categorical imperative: if an action is not right for everyone to take, it is not right for anyone. Third, Descartes' rule of change: if an action cannot be taken repeatedly, it should not be taken at any time. Number 4, the utilitarian principle: take the action that achieve the higher or greater value. Number 5, the risk aversion principle: take the action that produce the least harm or least cost. And final, number 6, the ethical no free lunch rule: all tangible objects are assumed owned by someone else unless specifically declared otherwise. The meaning is, if something someone else has created is useful to you, it has value, and you should assume the creator wants compensation for this work. Actions do not easily pass this rule deserve close attention and a great deal of caution. The appearance of unethical behavior may do as much harm to you and your company as actual unethical behavior. And finally, groups of professionals such as the AMA take on special rights and obligations because of their claims to knowledge and wisdom. professional codes of conduct are promulgated by association of professionals to take responsibility for the partial regulation of their profession. Ethical dilemmas are created when one set of interests is pit against another. For example, when the right of a company to prevent its workforce from wasting company resources are pit against the right of employees to privacy. That's all for chapter 4.2. Thank you.